What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday, December 3rd. This is the third day of my 31-day challenge to myself to create a series to help new photographers that will be launching their business in 2025. I'm not here to teach you photography. I'm not here to teach you how to use your camera. I'm here to give you tips on what I couldn't find out there. I learned how to do photography. I learned how to do videography through YouTube Academy. I went out there and searched all the YouTubes, but I wish at that time when I first started, there was more videos talking about the behind the scenes, what I need to focus on, how to build a client base, how to launch my business, how to build a badass website. And that's what I hope to do. I hope to help you with that other stuff. I don't claim to know it all. I just can share what has worked for me. Like I said yesterday, a good friend of mine, I had thought I knew it all, building a website, and I thought this thing was perfect, came to me and just continually hammered it. He was like, hey, fix your website. It could be better. And we tore it down, we built a brand new website. I was arrogant at the time because I was like, hey, you know what, my stuff is working. I got traffic, I got like a couple hundred people coming to my website and they're booking us, they're reaching out, doing the contact form. And it took one person to kind of just push me over that edge to change my website. It crashed my previous one. Like I said, I freaked out, but I'm floored because I worked on it for this whole year, and the numbers that are coming in, the traffic, it just blows my mind. Tons of traffic on a daily basis, weekly basis. I'm on Google snippets. I'm on all this stuff. My stuff is starting to show up when it wasn't, when I thought it was. And it took me putting my ego aside to realize that. And I'm glad for that. So Mario, thank you. Today, I know day one, we talked about establishing a foundation and figuring out your niche. Day two, I think we talked about SEO topics. I couldn't cover everything on it because it's so much. We talked about creating your logo, creating your identity on who you are, and what you do. Today, I want to kind of just go off that same thing. I want to elaborate a little bit more on the importance of building an amazing portfolio and a great bios, telling people who you are. A lot of times now we see people on here and they present themselves in a certain way only for you to discover that they're not that way in person. And some people think it's deceptive. Some people think like, hey, you know what, you told me you're this warm, giddy person and this and that, and then you come out and you work for us, you on a photo shoot or an event, and you're not even that person. I personally know someone that has over 1 million followers. I don't interact with them too much. I had to work with them at one of their venues. I don't want to call their name out because it's just not good. But on social media, they portray themselves as these wonderful people, and you're like, oh my God, I got to work with that person. And then you go and you show up and they're not those people. I was just thrown back. I'm like, dude, you act this way, but you treat your vendors like straight up boo-boo, straight up garbage. And I won't ever work with those people again. And I deleted them off my social media because they're not real people. They're not what they presented. And then, every now and then I'll see their stuff come across Facebook or whatever. And when they first started, all these comments were amazing. These comments were like, oh, dude, you're the best and this and that. Now, it's just all drama. It's just them just bashing on them and them coming back. You're not this way. You're not that way. So let's focus on not being who you're not. Let's focus on you and who you are. That's one of the best tips I can give you. When people look at me, they see a whole bunch of tattoos. I'll share this with you. back in the old days, I'm older. So tattoos, when we first started getting them, I got my first one when I was like, I think 13. If you follow my videos, you'll see where it was a guy named Spider. It was my Uncle Weedy's best friend in the joint when he got out. And he tattooed, my arm. And it just continually progressed. So to what you see now. And back in the old days, this was a red flag. This was a flag saying, hey, you know what, just stay away from me. It's a warning to people out there saying, hey, you know what, I'm not the one you want to mess with. I'm not that one. And it's completely changed now. Now, instead of it being a warning or you were the 1% of people out there that people should stay away from, now it's more of identity. And I'm not knocking that. I mean, it's cool. I love how life has progressed and changed from what it was, becoming a blemish in society to, oh my God, that guy's so cool. He's got tattoos and this and that. To what it is now, it's people get full sleeves or even their face tattooed, and it's okay. Back in the old days, it was not okay. And some people would step up to you. They'd be like, hey, you got your little warning flag. I'm here. Let's see what you got. And then some other people would chase you down. A lot of the preppy kids and stuff like that. The jocks, they'll be like, oh, this guy is a thug. This guy is a punk rocker. This guy is a skater. This guy is this, that, this, and that. So I have to be honest with myself. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know when I walk into Walmart, those old ladies are grabbing their bags. I know when I'm walking hand in hand with my daughters that other people are thinking a certain way of me. And it's much the older generation. I understand that. The younger generation, they're like, hey, what's up, Pops? But the older generation, they look at me in a certain way and they make up their minds on who I am. And I'm not using that as a crutch. I respect how they think because I came from that same generation. I had to progress in my growth and understand that perception becomes a reality. So how people see me is what they're going to think of me. The best way for me to combat that is to shine through this exterior. Kind of like an egg, the yolk is inside the egg. They have that hard shell. You got to shine through. And I put that in perspective with the website. You have to shine through on everything you do. On social media, you have to shine. You have to combat people thinking a certain way of you. I know, like I said, people probably think I'm some kind of junkie off the streets, but they don't know that I'm a hardworking man. They don't know that I'm a loving father. They don't know that I work hard for everything I got, that I'm respectful, that I respect my elders, that I say hello, good morning, nice to meet you, thank you. They don't know that. So the best way for me to show that is through social media. The best way for me to show people who I am is through my website. We work with quinceañeras. I know if I'm a father or anybody else, I'm going to look at this guy and be like, oh my God, he's either artsy or my God, look at me. We got to be honest with ourselves. So I have to shine. I have to let these people know, hey, you know what? I'm a father of 4 daughters. I've been married for 20 something plus years. I take this serious. This is not just a hobby. This is a passion. I love what I do with everything I got. I respect your family. I will respect your venue. I will capture every moment for you. That's what I got to share. Some people think that by posting your personal stuff or what you do, it's egotistical. It's not in my mind. I got to shine at everything I do because the eyes are always on me. And that's what you have to do. You have to shine through your website. You have to build a strong portfolio. It's not just about launching and saying, hey, I'm a photographer, book me, bam, let's get this done. You got to build your portfolio. You got to establish who you are. You got to build credibility. You have to earn respect. You have to ask for those Google reviews. You have to perform and give what they're looking for. I know nowadays you could buy reviews. I know you can go buy bots. Look at some of the biggest photographers out there, especially in the DFW market. You'll see people with, an average about 5,000, 10,000. Then you'll see this monster 200,000 plus account. So it's easy to go buy this stuff. But it means more when you build it. It means more. It reflects more of what you value. So back on the website, build a strong portfolio. Excuse me. Build a strong portfolio and let people know who you are. Step in front of the camera. Let them know your values. Not everybody's gonna agree with you. You don't have to be out there and saying, hey, I believe in this politics and this and that. But they'll know who you are. They won't be, I guess, kind of slapped in the face when they found out, oh, this is what this person believes in. I know we went through a rough 4 to 8 years. And I know a lot of people dogging on people saying, hey, you voted for this person, you voted for that person. You didn't stand for this social movement or whatever the case, or you did. We had a lot of calls saying, hey, I need a photographer, but do you support this? It happens, and it's gonna happen. Something else might happen down the line. But if you establish who you are from the get-go, they'll know that. They'll know who you are. They'll know how you love your own daughters. They'll know that you take this profession seriously. You don't have to be a douchebag. You don't have to be out there bashing everybody. You don't have to be, prima donna coming out, hand me my camera. You don't have to go and dog people and tell people that you've been doing it for 30, 40 years every time you meet, where that becomes part of your saying, my name is William Hernandez. I've been shooting for 25 years. You don't have to do that. I like to just share my personality. Some people, they don't. And I understand it. A lot of people are introverted. I'm still a little bit introverted. My wife, if the people that follow us know that my wife has always been the face of our company. Oh my God, that sounds like a B-52 bomber. I wanted to step out of my shell and be part of that. If you look at some of our older videos, my wife will be talking and she's just free flowing. Like I don't even know where she gets it from. Just easy. I got to go through 30, 40 pre-videos to get how far I'm doing now. So she'll pan out to me and I'm preparing the cameras and she's like, anything you want to say, Gordo? I'm like, hello. I don't want to be that no more. My personality off camera is completely different. I like to have fun. I laugh. I'm outgoing. The moment I turn on this camera, it's like Ricky Bobby, So these are helping me get better at that. And it's helping me progress and be that person I want to be. And not be the person that you see, if that makes sense. I want to step out. And by you taking time and establishing who you are, sharing your private parts of your life, and it doesn't have to be a lot, but if you do something like with your kids or whatever the case is, if you're in quinceañera photography, share that. Share the moments where, tell the story of the quince. Don't just go there and take photos and videos and just, there you go. Share the story. The same way with your photography. If you're just a portrait photographer, a family photographer, share those moments. Put up a little cell phone and record you interacting with those people. That's what they want to see. I know I want to see that. When I go and buy something from somebody, I look at the person. Because a lot of times the product's the same. A lot of times, like I said, if you go to Walmart, you've already predetermined what you want to buy. And then you walk down the aisles and there's tons of the same type of product, different packaging, different pricing. That product that you want may be the most expensive thing on that shelf. But because you trust that person, you trust what that brand is, you're going to buy it, regardless of the value brand at the bottom. And I'm not knocking value or knocking Walmart. I'm just using an example, so don't come after me. But you get my point. You get what I'm trying to say. Work hard at presenting yourself more. Work hard on that portfolio. Build that portfolio, because the moment you launch, you're like, hey, book me. Where do you think they're gonna go? They're gonna go directly to your website. They're gonna see these portfolios. So make sure you show the best of what you got. On your bios, be honest with people. Don't present yourself as this almighty God or whatever the case is, or something that's put on a pedestal. Be open and honest, like I am. That took a lot for me today. I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good at touching on what people would think of me as they look at me. I wear an AC/DC shirt. I love AC/DC. I love hard rock. I love music that pumps me up, motivates me. As much as I love, Bach and Beethoven and everything else, country music, I love country music. You wouldn't know that unless I tell you. You're looking at the package without me saying, hey, you know what? I love country music. I love Texas. I love America. I love this country. I love my daughters. I love singing stupid Barney songs to my grandkid. I love cleaning. I love washing. I love folding laundry. I got that from the Marine Corps. But like I said, you wouldn't know that just taking a look at me. Perception becomes reality. And the way to combat perception is to open up and be honest. Don't be a douchebag. Like I said, people will know if you've been in the industry for 20, 30 years. You don't have to keep telling them. I run into people that are out shooting and they're like, hey, take this photo like this because I've been doing it for 30 years. That's good, bud. I didn't ask you. Take that elsewhere. Go back and focus on your own session. Don't be that douchebag. Find yourself a good crew of people that you can, kind of like a think tank. I have some good fellows that I speak to. I have Fino Zuniga, he's my best friend. I have George Mancera, he's the master of light. I have George Rodriguez, he's good at closing and presentation. Rafa Balio, he's just a badass photographer. Everybody has different personalities, and everybody in this group, we have, and Mario from New Dawn too. Everybody in this group comes to this think tank and we shoot ideas off each other. We bash on each other too, we'll say little funny things, but we truly have their best intentions in this think tank. Find yourself a think tank. Find yourself people that are willing to help you. I'll share another story. I watched this video online, and this is where reality is not really presented right. I was new to photography, and I saw this guy. He was Hispanic. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm new to the wedding industry, and everybody doubted me and this and that. I gave weddings for free. I did this and that. I reached out to people. They didn't want me to help. They didn't want to help me. So I did it on my own. I did all these free weddings, and I related to that. I was like, hey man, this guy's cool. This guy is, I'm going to reach out to him. I want to get better at what I do. So I did this stupid thing. I sent an email. Hey, this is William. I'm new to photography. Let me learn how to do lighting. Can I follow you? Can I help you? Can I carry your bags? Let me just take some of what your knowledge is so I can grow. The guy turned out to be a douchebag, one of the biggest douchebags out in the market. And it changed my perspective of him. And he's not like me. He's, this guy was, if you look at this guy, he looks like an awesome guy. His personality was straight garbage, straight boo-boo. Don't be that person. Like I said, love what you do, show it to everybody, share yourself, be honest with yourself, and don't be the douchebag. So, I know it's been a long video. Like I said, this is for YouTube, so probably all this video is not going to show up on Instagram or TikTok because it gets cut off at a certain time frame. But thank you for being part of this. Thank you for helping me get better at speaking online. Thank you for being part of this journey with me, and I hope you continue. We'll cover more on day 4. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for your time. See you tomorrow. Deuces.